I think we might be live. Let me just check. This is ridiculous, by the way. Wait till you see my setup. To see my setup, you're going to have to go on to onto Twitter. But I'm just trying to tweet now. The what is it? Okay, let's try this one. I forgot my Twitter password. Is that it? That's it. Okay. Right. I believe we are live. Let me just double check this, and then I promise you I will get on. We're live already. Hello, everybody, and welcome to my live stream. That was the weirdest thing I've ever done. I promise never to do that again. So, as you can probably tell by now, I was recently in a video game, specifically this one, the Shapeshifting Detective, and I think my screen's falling asleep. Okay, I've woken it up back now. I'm really sorry. The quality of this, because it's recording off of my TV, because I don't have any screen caption software, isn't going to be the best. So I'm going to say now, if you want the full experience from the game, you would literally be better off going to play it for yourself, because this is the best I can give you, unfortunately, and it really doesn't do it justice. Let me try and just I mean, that looks a bit better, but I mean, then you can't see my beautiful face, unless you'd rather see that. I don't know. Comment, would you rather be able to see the game on its own and it would look better, or would you rather see this setup here? Honestly, it doesn't matter to me either way, so just let me know which one you would prefer. And then I promise you I will get to your shout out. Man, your setup needs to step up. Honestly, casually dead inside. Do you want to see? This is my setup. I've got a table, some Zelda books, and a few boxes, and that is how I managed to bring you this. So yes, I agree. My setup definitely needs stepping up, but this is the best I can do right now. So yeah, sorry about that. Natasha Tuki, hey, how's it going? Live stream on a Tuesday. I know what is going on, Fawnleaf. Well, I'll tell you what's going on. The Shapeshifting Detective released today, and I'm super excited about it. So I'm going to be answering any questions that you guys might have about the game, or well, we're going to be playing the game as well for a bit. Hopefully we'll be able to get far enough so that you can meet Oscar, which is my character. Oh, also I got my little poppy badge on. So there we go. Oh my goodness, there's a lot of shout-outs already. Sophie Heathcote, hi. Queen Els, hey. Golden Donut, hi. How are you all doing? Hi Joe, I'm in a tricky situation. Do I watch this live stream or watch Lego Masters? That is a tricky situation. You could either watch the best video game of all time, clearly. I mean, actually, that feels a bit wrong because Zelda's still pretty great. Oh no. The joint best. Courtney, it looks better with just the game. Oh, I see how it is. Thank you, Courtney. Love you too. Sure you can combine the game and you living. So, yeah, as I was meant to say, what would you prefer? Would you prefer to be able to see just the game, but it'll look a lot better? Or would you like to see me stood here as well? The most ones that I get in the next, like, 10 minutes, not 10 minutes, the live stream will be well started in 10 minutes. The first one that I see will be what I do. So, everybody, make it up. And no, unfortunately, I can't live tomorrow. To be fair, I usually live stream on Fridays anyway. It's usually every other Friday. But I wanted to do this today because the game just came out. So, yes. Let's see. Full screen. Okay. A lot of people are saying full screen. Dan Woodward said full screen. So I'm going to try and move my laptop as close as I can to the TV to see if I can give you all a better view of the game. Let me just see how that looks. Is that any better? Good. There. Do you prefer that? I mean, I understand it's still not perfect, and it's even worse when I come into view. But yeah, unfortunately, we can't do both. I'm not a professional streamer, and this is the best I can do. So with that in mind, I'm gonna get my Switch thing ready. I'm gonna stand here so I can see your comments still, but hopefully this looks a lot better now. Yeah. So there we go. This is I'll try and move it a little bit closer just so that you can see everything. How's that? I realise how completely unprofessional this looks, but like I say, I'm not a professional gamer. So there we go. That is the best I can do for you. There we go. I hope my setup doesn't fall over. I'm literally balanced on a couple of boxes and books, as I'm pretty sure I've already said. So with that in mind, everybody, welcome to the Shapeshifting Detective. Let us start new game. Okay. I'm so excited about all this. The thing is as well, my live stream, the live stream here is quite far behind. What is it? Does it look better? Since we're going with the whole, let me just try this. Does that look any better? Oh, that looks loads better. Right, okay. I'm gonna leave it like this. Yeah, the live stream is actually a little bit behind real life. So there we go. Shapeshifting.
You're listening to Radio August. Dark Nights with Poe and Monroe.
It's 5 o'clock, and I'm Alice Monroe with your August update. August police are appealing for information following the murder of 21-year-old Dorota Shaw. Miss Shaw's body was discovered last night. Chief DuPont is calling the crime a violent and despicable act. Anyone with information about the murder is urged to get in touch via the department's confidential tip hotline. It's horrible, Poe.
Indeed it is.
You need to learn when to keep your mouth shut.
All right, okay. Well, that was quite the intro. So let me just, well, I'm going to start playing in a minute. But yeah, this is the game. So you, well, you can either delete comments or eventually you get a whole load of options to choose from. So, yeah.
You know why you're here, don't you?
Do we know why we're here? We're here to play the game. Yes.
Then humor me. The dead girl. And this. What exactly were you thinking? You have one job. Don't get caught. Do you think you can do that this time?
Of course I can. We can do this.
It's a rhetorical question.
Oh, sorry.
You're going to a town called August. Find Chief DuPont. He's gonna think you're someone else. This person. This is who you are now. Understood?
Crystal clear.
Splendid. If someone so much as sniffs that you're different, you'll be deprecated. Deprecated.
Wow.
We expect you to use your ability. Just don't get caught. And never, ever change into a child.
In brighter news, August resident Mia French is celebrating the return of her missing pooch, Barley. The 8-month-old Basset Hound puppy was found outside Daryl's Chicken and Ribs.
And that's 5 o'clock with Poe and Monroe.
I'm Violet. Welcome to the guest house. There are some rules. In particular, no shoes in the guest house. The carpet's priceless. Now, how long are you staying for?
How long are we staying for? As long as it takes, or I'm not sure. Right, so there's going to be points in the game. Obviously, I can't stop every time because the stream is very far behind on real life. But there's going to be points like this where I'll ask you what you want me to choose, and I will choose it. So yeah, go ahead. The first one to see, I'll do. But yeah, I'll answer a few questions while you guys are just commenting. So Slothbird, what is this game about? Basically, I'm going to turn it down a bit for as well, actually, just for a second. So this is the shapeshifting detective, and funnily enough, you play as a detective who can shapeshift. That sounded really sarcastic, and I didn't mean it to. So basically, you're going to get to talk to a lot of people in the game, and one of them is the murderer. And you have to find out which one. And you get multiple choices like this. And yeah, I don't know how all these live streamers managed to do it for so long. But here we go. They probably have streamers that are like up to date and not like 5 minutes behind like I am. But yeah, there's a very cinematic sound to the game. There is indeed. How is this live stream behind Joe? Well, sort of like, I'll say something, and then the chat catches up like 30 seconds afterwards. So there's like a period where I'm just sort of like waiting to see what the comments say. Anyway, as I was saying, what should we say? Should we say as long as it takes, or I'm not sure? I don't know if it'll have a massive effect on the game. It might not. It might. So, like I said, at certain points, I will ask you what you would like me to say. This being one of them. Or shall I just go ahead? Multiple choices, 2 choices. Okay, there's 2 choices at the moment, but there are more choices as you go on through the game. I am not sure. Katerina Krakovic, I will say
That's fine. It's yours for as long as you want it. There's not been many visitors of late. Perhaps the murder will bring some tourists in. It's just you and some tarot readers at the moment. It's definitely quiet. Yes, the murder.
The murder?
You haven't spoken to the chief yet, have you?
The chief?
Chief Dupont. He's the one who booked the room for you. You look lost. You should probably go and speak to the chief. Your room is just down the hall, last on the left. It has its own back door. The chief said that's the way you'd like it.
My goodness.
Just finishing.
So, what's this lady doing? She's predicting the future, is she? Or am I just looking for my room? I mean, I am technically looking for my room, but I'm going to see what she's saying about the future. Is it a bad game? David, it is only the best game ever because I happen to be in it.
You don't believe?
Yeah, sure, why not? I believe.
Serious. You must have a serious job to do.
I do. I'm trying to promote my game to everyone. Hi, Bronwyn.
Pleased to meet you, Sam. Have you got a reading?
Yeah, why not? Let's get my future read.
So, what's your question, Sam?
What is my question? Ooh, good question. Shall I ask, will I win? Am I going to win the game? Or is this lady guilty? That is what I want to know next. And in the meantime, Jack Burrows, a game starring Joe Moore. It's got to be great. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And she wants a tourist. Oh my God, she's got a motive. She's right. Ooh, best watch. Will I win?
The Fool. I'm going to see a lot more of you, aren't I, Sam? Enjoy the journey. But remember, not everything is winnable. I'm in room 1 and that's down the hall. Lorraine's in 2, Lexi's in 3. Which room are you in, Sam?
I'm last on the left.
Good. We're neighbours. Just nod if you need me.
I will.
The house, kind of the household item.
Okie dokie.
Honestly.
Oh, fun fact. The radio that you can hear right now was done by other
A mango?
YouTubers that are much more famous than me. And also, I think there's like an FMV legend in there as well, Tex Murphy. So yeah, this is pretty cool.
Takes that amount of care now.
Alrighty. Well, anyway, let us go and speak to the chief. Because we apparently...
You got my message. Chief Inspector Dupont. I wasn't sure you'd come. But I suppose you're between jobs?
Yeah, that's it. We're between jobs.
Well,
I'm Sam.
That's not true. But I like it. Sam. That's your cover now. So, the job. Director Shaw. 21, accomplished cellist, red hair.
Yes.
Strangled. I know who did it, but I need proof. It's the tarot readers.
The tarot readers? Why the tarot readers? Or Dorota Shaw? Why the tarot readers?
Because they predicted it. The older one, Bronwyn Bronwyn, she came into my office last night talking all crazy and saying Dorota was in trouble. I did my best not to lock her up.
Crazy?
It all sounded crazy to me. Tarot, the spirit world, cards that move, trans-dimensional thingamajigs. To be honest, I thought she'd been smoking something. That's why I didn't take it seriously.
So why isn't she in jail?
Because things. I don't have enough on her. That's where you come in. The free guest house stay isn't free. I need you to work the case and report back to me. Find out things from the inside. Can you do it?
Yeah, of course I can. Oh, I will try. Try my best, damn it.
Okay. I'll be telling everyone that you've been hired by the Shaws because obviously local law enforcement is either too incompetent or too overworked to solve anything. That gives you a license to talk to people, but only notionally. Don't actually touch people or annoy them. You don't have any real authority, understand? But you help me out. I'll help you.
All right. Sounds like a deal. Where's my badge and gun? Give me my gun!
You don't get that. There's no badge and gun, just a hope and a promise. Come and find me when you're settled. This is second chance Sunday for you, Sam. Don't blow it.
That would have been a completely different game if you got a gun. He's going around. Did you murder them? Bang! Oh, it wasn't you? Okay, damn it. Never mind. All right, let's have a look. I'm literally crying now. Oh, bless. It was my first 3 years to be returned. Now they're dumping ground, and now you're in a video game. You're a master at life. No, thank you, William. I wish that were completely true, but thank you. I'm a master at life. Can you make me a badge saying that? Joe Moore, master at life. I wish. Right, so we have a few questions that we can ask the chief. So where would we like to start? Do we want to ask about Dorota, the victim, or should we ask the chief if he himself has an alibi? So there's different things. What would you like me to ask? Also, what is the age rating? I do not actually know. I will be looking that up while you all comment among yourselves. I'm starving. Feed me. My goodness. I mean, I've got chocolate buttons up here, but I have to share them later. Where would the age rating be? Okay, I like the name Sam idea, gender neutral name. That was actually I'm glad you picked up on that. That was actually the idea. The idea being that because it's a shape-shifting detective anyway, that the player can literally project themselves onto the person and literally anybody could be the shape-shifting detective. Does the chief have an alibi? Let's see.
Do I have an alibi for last night? Do I? Okay. I was here, and there are video monitors that will prove it. Thanks for ruling me out, genius.
Well, that's him out, I guess. Let's see. Where was Dorota killed?
She was naked.
Oh.
Strangled. No signs of sexual activity of any kind. It was a weird scene to look at. There was one thing, but it's strictly between you and me. Dorota had a gold coin in her mouth. I'm being serious now, Sam. Not a word of this. That's the one thing only the killer will know.
Ah, so that's quite an interesting piece of information. Only the killer's going to know that she had the coin in her mouth. So, if we can speak to someone and they say about the coin in her mouth, we're onto something. I like it. Right, I'm just going to try and find out the age rating. So, just give me a second. I've got Steam up on my phone now. I don't know if it's anything about an age rating. Single player. Yeah, to be fair, it doesn't say anything about the age rating on it. I'll tell you what, I'll look it up afterwards and I'll put it in the description of this live stream. But in the meantime, ask about the victim. Knowing about the victim may show up clues as to who the killer may be. Alrighty, let's have a look. Tell me about Dorota.
What do you want to know? She was a cellist, selected for a scholarship at Juilliard. It was in the local paper. I'm more of a Bon Jovi fan myself.
Bon Jovi. When was she killed?
Don't read the paper, do you? Yesterday, Monday the 9th, at approximately 9 p.m, according to the coroner. We got a call from the mother just after 10 p.m.
So what can you tell me about Violet, the guest house owner?
Born here, runs the local guest house. Lovely lady. Where are you going with this, Sam? What's she told you?
She's not told me anything yet. Let's see what happens if we don't say anything here.
Look, if it's about the pills, I already know.
What pills? Right, well, that's interesting. So, yeah, that's the point in the game. You can choose to not say anything at certain points. And so, like the guy at the beginning said, you need to learn when to keep your mouth shut. So, there's going to be times in the game where saying nothing is better than saying something, because you might find something out that you wouldn't have found out otherwise. What do we know so far, Chief?
Not much. Perhaps you should do some investigating.
All right, Saki. Right. Well, let's go back to the guest house and see what else we can find out from the people there.
I stopped and blinked a few times as I sat up in my bed.
Now, the Chief ain't about that life. You don't think the Chief is the murderer? Fair enough. I want to say that the age rating is probably 12 plus after the quote about her being naked in sexual activity. That's probably a good point, Slothbird, but I will double check. Okay, let's have a look. Shall we, I tell you what, as awesome as the video is, I'm going to turn it off just for now, just because I want to be able to talk to you guys in between, like, talking to the people on the thingy. So, let's have a look at what Bronwyn has to say.
Is it? I'm sensing you're not here for a reading.
All right, I'm not. Let's see. Where were you at 9 p.m. last night?
In my room, reading. I found a trashy romance novel under the bed. I'm assuming it's Violet's. It's all swooning heroines and brooding vampire Casanovas. Thank God Lexi saved me.
Okay, so you didn't leave your room all night?
No, not at all. Lexi popped in and we chatted for a bit, but that's all.
Okay. Interesting. I have some questions about the murder.
Chief Dupont thinks I did it.
Did you?
I'm hoping you'll convince him otherwise.
Oh, really? Why should I convince
All
him?
I'm asking is that you dig a little deeper than the Chief. I had nothing to do with Dorota's death.
Except you saw it coming, because you planned it.
We saw danger in the cards and we tried to stop it. Trust me, Sam, we're on the same team.
So how did you predict the murder then?
We saw it in the cards, not images, feelings, impressions. Tarot can be very powerful.
Okay, just ask it who the killer is then? That's a very good point.
Not these cards. They only tell us what they want us to know.
Very convenient. Right, well, thank you very much. You've been not helpful whatsoever. So yeah, you get to basically go throughout the game investigating people like this and finding out what they have to say. Let's see what Violet has to say.
Actually, you've been to see Chief Dupont already.
I have been to see Chief Dupont. Okay, he says you're taking pills. What for? Why are you taking pills?
I take clozapine. I think they're for anxiety. I'm a very anxious person.
But why are you anxious? Clozapine's for schizophrenia, isn't it? Oh, well, that's a whole different ballgame.
I don't know, Dr. Sam. You tell me.
Okay. Who are the other guests?
They're tarot readers. I'm thinking of asking them to leave, actually.
Oh. Why? Why would you want them to leave? You're paying good money to stay in your guest house and you're being very ungrateful.
Because they may have killed someone.
Good point.
It's not great for my reputation, is it? Stay at Violet's, the home of killers and hobos.
What? Killers?
It's not the first time I've harboured killers, Sam. I'm sure it won't be the last.
Oh, that's not creepy at all. Yeah, no, you just casually, hey, if you murdered somebody, come stay at Violet's. That'll be fine. What were you doing last night?
It's the strangest thing. I honestly don't remember.
Oh, how very convenient.
But I imagine I was here or getting groceries somewhere.
Tell you what I imagine. I imagine you were strangling Dorota. Have you ever been at Dorota's house? Or should we just delete that one? I'm thinking delete it. Because it's too obvious.
Is there something else, Sam?
You bet there is. Did you know it?
Not really. I'm sure she was a precious lamb, though.
She was a precious lamb, you say?
Yes, a lamb. Young. Innocent. Lambs get slaughtered, though. don't they?
Damn. Okay, that's it. I'm calling it. She did it. We can stop the game. Dorota is nice.
Nice, yes, that's a good description. Actually, I thought she was a bit slutty, to be honest.
Okay, just pause a second. In the game, right, Courtney's sat right over there, so I'm sorry. But in the game, Dorota was my character's girlfriend, and I will not have her talking about her this way. I love you, Courtney.
You should talk to her boyfriend. I'm sure they weren't exclusive.
Excuse me? Where do I find her boyfriend? That's me! Excuse me. I get a little bit excited. I can't believe you're all going to see me in a game.
Oscar lives at the vicarage next to the church. Don't tell him I sent you, though. I'm sure he's sick of seeing you already.
Sure, he's sick of you being nasty. Yeah, that's right. Okay, by the way, she says lambs get slaughtered though, don't they? I think we found the jackpot. You know what, Slothbird? You might be right. But here's the thing, the game changes it every time. So you're basically, when you start a new game, there's one of 3 killers that it will be, and the game chooses at random every time you start a new game. So you could play the game like loads of times, and depending on how you talk to people, what you say, it's going to be a different game each time. So with that in mind, let's see if we can hail a cab and go speak to Oscar. We cannot. Okay. Back to the guest house and see who else we can talk to. Oh, by the way, it's called Shapeshifting Detective. Maybe I should show you the shapeshifting thing. To do that, you have to go to your room, which is number 4. And yeah, we're going to be able to change into a whole bunch of different people. This is so cool. Multiple personalities. I mean, mental illness, but it can be a lead, possibly. She's not sure of her story. She could be the killer. Yeah, that's a good point. You know, the Roald Dahl book. Oh, Lamb to the Slaughter. The one where she gets the chunk of meat. That's a really good book. It's not. Have you ever read that one? It's a good one. Right, so now we can choose who we want to be. We could be the chief, or we could be Violet, or we could be Bronwyn. So basically, if you look down here in the bottom left-hand corner, we're Sam. And so people are talking to us as if we're Sam. Now, if we shapeshift into someone, so say we pretend to be the chief, people will see us as the chief, and then they might answer us differently because they don't think they're talking to who they're actually talking to. So yeah.
Hi, I'm Chief DuPont.
Okay, so now we're the chief. We can go and speak to people, and they'll probably act differently to the chief than they would to just Sam. So let's see what Violet has to say to the chief.
Who knows whether you've made the right decision or not, Claude?
How's Bronwyn been?
That's another thing, which I'm going to have to turn the volume up for this one. When you shift into a different person, you'll hear that person's voice for all the questions. So when you're Sam, it's just silent because you want to hear your own voice. Whereas when you're someone else, you will hear their voice. So let's see.
What were you doing last night? How's Bronwyn been? What were you doing last night?
What was she doing?
Claude, we've been through this. I honestly don't remember. I checked my diary and there's no entry, so I was probably here, as always.
How can you not remember, Violet?
I don't know. Which is exactly what I said in my statement. Don't try and get me to contradict myself.
How's Bronwyn been?
It's a bit convenient that she doesn't remember what she was doing last night, don't you think? Hey Joe, hope you have a good week. You're a really nice person. I love watching you interest me in the dumping ground. Thank you, Gemma. That's actually very kind. So thank you for saying that. And Kath's Crafty Corner. Hello. How you doing? Let's go see what Rain has to say.
Good evening, Chief Dupont.
Dorota's family. What does the tarot say about them? Bronwyn ever been arrested?
Not since I've met her. She's a lawful good type character. If you play D&D.
Lexi ever been in trouble with the police? Have you ever been in trouble with the police?
Ooh, have you ever been in trouble? That's interesting. Is he going to tell a lie though?
I've never been convicted. No.
Been charged with anything?
My mind's gone blank.
Oh,
Dorota's family, what does the tarot say about them?
he's got to be lying about something.
I can do a reading if you want.
Yes.
Yeah, let's get him to do a reading, see what he says.
It's the Five of Cups. It talks about loss and dealing with that loss. I don't think you need a tarot reader to interpret that one.
Yeah, it's kind of self-explanatory. Their daughter was murdered. Okay, you weren't very helpful. So, let's see what Lexi has to say.
Oh, Chief Inspector, you gave me a shock. What is it? What have I done?
Murdered someone?
Tell me about Bronwyn. What were you doing last night?
Ah, now Bronwyn said that Lexi came up to have a chat, so let's see if she can corroborate that.
Nothing. I mean, I was here all night. This cat's on a Bron can vouch for me.
Tell me about Bronwyn.
She's an Aquarius. Her favourite colour is green. What else do you need to know?
Is she your leader?
Oh,
Has she killed before?
has she ever killed before?
Are you prepared to go to jail for her?
That is on. Put her on the spot.
Jail? What for? I haven't done anything wrong.
Aiding and abetting a criminal.
Damn, he's on it.
I'll aim and abet Bronwyn to the day I die, but she's not a criminal.
Why are you here in August?
Well, it's not for the nightlife, I can tell you that. This is where the cards told us to go. I guess you could call it destiny.
Do you know anyone here?
No, I can honestly swear I don't know any Augustives, Augustonians, Augustins until we got here.
Okay, well, you were helpful. Let's see. Let's go and be someone else.
Find somewhere safe to transition. You're not a superhero.
Let's see what she has to say about it.
Hi, I'm Bronwyn.
There we go. Did I have braces in Tracy Beaker? Yeah, David, I had braces for one series, I think, and I can't remember which series, so sorry about that. But no, I did have them on for one of them. Okay, let's go and talk to people as Bronwyn. And we shall visit the chief. Let's see what
Miss Castle. I'm surprised to see you here.
I didn't kill Dorota.
That's what you think.
You're a prime suspect. And your alibi is that you were in the guest house with another prime suspect at the time. It doesn't look good for you.
Have you got a problem with me?
Yeah, how are you?
Everyone has a problem with you, Bronwyn. I can arrest you for something right now. How does perverting the course of justice sound?
Kinky.
What? No. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and delete that one.
Yeah. Perverting the course of justice.
Okay. I don't think he wants to speak to Bronwyn. Let's go see who else we can be. Oh dear. Visit Lexi.
Come on, are you okay?
I'm not okay.
Well, if you're worried, I should be worried. Why are you worried? Should I be worried?
Are you worried?
Only if you are. This could go on in circles for a while. Let's just keep cool and stay in our rooms.
Okay. Bye then. So yeah. We need all the details. What's her favourite shoes? Oh, well.
Bron, something doesn't feel right.
What doesn't feel right?
I don't know what exactly, but it's not right.
Thoughts on Dorota?
Well, it's hard to say with just one victim. Musical talent, red hair. If there's another, there will be a pattern. Do you think it's another right?
A right?
He seems to know something.
As in the same thing we were chasing after in Birmingham? I suppose it doesn't really matter. Just have to try and stop it.
Stop it?
What happened in Birmingham?
The Traveller? Dead girls? Ring any bells?
Traveller?
Yes, of course. The Traveller that we knew.
If it follows the same pattern as Birmingham, we're looking at 2 more victims.
Okay. Well, that tells us a lot. There could be more victims by the end. Oh, spooky. Let's have a look. Oh, he didn't want to speak to me, does he? Nope. Right. Let's see. What's Violet?
Is there something I can help with, Miss Castle?
I hope we're not being too much trouble.
It's funny because she was saying about kicking the tarot readers out. Let's see what she says now.
It's very brave of you to tell the chief that Dorota will be murdered and then stick around afterwards. I'd have run for sure.
You strike me as someone braver than that.
Why would I run?
Why would I run?
Exactly.
You're prime suspect, aren't you? You look strong enough to strangle another woman. Even if you're innocent, a jury would probably convict you.
Was that a threat?
Even if I'm innocent.
My mind's not made up. I just don't understand why you'd broadcast your victim before you did it.
It's because she might not have done it. I'm trying to draw you right now and it's really not going great. Do you know what? I've tried to draw myself as well and it didn't work out. That sounded really big-headed. Oh dear, no, I didn't. I promise. Oh, we've already spoken to him, haven't we? I think if we've spoken to everyone as Bronwyn then. Let's see, let's be someone else.
Hello, I'm Violet. I'm Violet.
Hi, Violet. I'm Joe. I'm Joe.
You don't trust me, do you, Violet? Is it because I read tarot? Why don't you let me pull a card for you?
It's because you're Irish.
No, thank you.
Just kidding. Yeah, let's see what the tarot says.
Great. What do you want to know about?
What should we find out?
The murder.
Ooh, we could ask about Sam. That's me.
I think the tarot wants to ask a different question, but... The devil.
Ah!
You're letting yourself be manipulated by someone who isn't good for you. Or maybe it means you're having fantastic sex.
Ah!
You might like playing the victim.
Did you sleep well last night?
Leave. Get out of there. Okay, I'm starting to think that this isn't for children. However, it's still fun. Let's go talk to Red.
Mrs. Gallagher, an unexpected pleasure.
How long are you planning to be here?
Get out!
In town? I really don't know. Until the tarot tells us to leave. Or you kick us out, obviously.
You're gone.
How did you know Dorota was going to die?
How did you? Or...
Why do you think the police suspect Bronwyn?
To be fair, we know that one. It's because you predicted it. And Bronwyn went to the police station. So I'm going to ask the top one.
How?
We didn't know she was definitely going to die. Only that she was definitely in danger of dying. Tarot cards can tell you a lot when you know what you're looking for.
And you know what you're looking for, do you? You big head. Alrighty. Lexi.
Hello, Lola. Is everything okay? Being all a mess. I was just going to tidy it up.
Yeah, that's the lie we tell ourselves, isn't it?
Did you have a pleasant evening last night?
Great, thanks. The room's really lovely.
But you weren't in this room, were you? I didn't see you around yesterday evening.
Oh, you could have been at the murder place.
I stayed here. I was playing solitaire with Bronwyn.
Isn't solitaire for one player?
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, I was playing and she was scoring.
Okay, you are definitely lying. Like and subscribe if you think she was lying. Worth a try. Let's go see what the chief says. And then I think we might have spoken to everyone.
What's going on, Violet? Is everything okay?
Yes, I'm okay.
Yes, I'm okay, I think.
Well, what are you doing here then? You said you'd help me.
I am.
I just need you to keep an eye on the guests and let me know if you see anything strange.
Of course I am.
So, if you're here, who's doing that?
Damn it! He's got me. Back to the guest house. Is that everyone then? Or do I need to... I don't think I've actually spoken to everyone as Sam. Let me see. Return to Sam. Why? I feel myself again. What's the game called? It's called the Shapeshifting Detective, and you can get it on like the online stores and stuff. It's really cool. And like, I'm not even saying that because I was in it. Like, I would still play this. I actually would. It was good one. Violet, what have you got to say? Nothing. She does not want to talk to me. Okay, that's a little bit sad. Neither does she. None of these people want to talk. I'll try Rain and Lexi. I was going to say Rex and Len.
You must be a new guest. Or you're burglaring us. I'm Rain, by the way.
Hi, Rain. How's it going? I want to rain on your parade.
Pleased to meet you, Sam. Enjoy your stay.
I've been waiting.
The hot water goes off at 9, by the way. So it's cold showers from there on in. It really bugs me.
Mm-hmm. But what were you doing last night?
At 9 o'clock.
I was in my room. Praying, actually.
Right.
I don't believe in God, but I was still praying. It didn't work.
Oh. Because you don't believe.
I don't believe in anything. But I also believe anything is possible, so it's a conundrum.
Mm-hmm. You're a conundrum.
I didn't know her. I know she was called Dorota Shaw. She was young, had red hair, a talented musician.
About it. How are you, Joe? I'm good, thank you, the gamer games. Notice me, senpai. Hi, Adge boy. He put his hand out to shake it and Sam was having none of it. Who's the next victim?
Next victim? Whoa! Hold on a sec. We don't even know if there's going to be a next victim or not. We'll do another group reading soon, and then we'll have a better idea.
Okay, but just stopping your story a second. When I was pretending to be Bronwyn and I spoke to you, you said that if it was like Birmingham, there'd be 2 more victims. So what gives?
We did a reading. A group reading, actually. With a special tarot deck.
Special? What did it tell you?
You get it piecemeal. Not everything in one reading. The last one we did showed a young woman being murdered.
Great.
Young, talented, probably red-headed.
Is there anybody red-headed in the audience? If so, I'm very sorry. You could be a victim.
Mercury. It's not exactly from here. With a normal tarot deck, you'd have the question, so you'd be the querent. With Mercury, it gives you the question and the answer. The cards themselves kind of change. It's a special deck.
Interesting. Ooh, I want to see it. Can I see the Mercury Tarot? Interestingly enough, the Mercury Tarot is available as a limited edition replica, which you can get, which I'm actually thinking of buying myself. By the way, I should point out that the people who made the game don't pay me to say any of this. I'm just trying to, spread the word because I think it's really cool and I'm really proud to be part of it.
I don't have it at the moment. Bronwyn has it.
Bronwyn has it. Well, let's go pay Bronwyn a visit, shall we? Can I see the Mercury Tarot, please?
Mercury?
Yeah, you heard.
Sure. I'll just get it. It feels a bit sacrilegious just spreading it out to show you. It doesn't really answer questions, it more asks them.
Uh-huh.
Do you want it to ask you a question, Sam?
Yeah, why not? Sure.
It wants to know if you're happy being the person you are now.
It knows. Yes, I'm fine.
Mercury doesn't agree. In fact, if anything, and I could be wrong, it's suggesting that you're not even the person you're saying you are now.
Ah, she's up to
I
us!
only had that reading once before.
Okay, get out of here. Bye. She was dangerously close to figuring that out. Lexi, I think you're the last person.
Hi, Sam, is it? Come on in, make yourself at home. Mi casa es su casa. Come on.
Did you know Dorota? How well do you know Bronwyn? Why did you come to August, or what were you doing last night? Were you murdering anyone called Dorota Shaw by any chance?
I was in my room all night with Bronwyn. We were painting our nails.
So not reading trashy novels or playing solitaire. You liar! Can you prove it?
You can ask Bronwyn. We were together.
Together?
Not together. That sounded kinkier than I meant it to.
What is it with everyone in this game? Did you know Dorota?
I don't know anyone in this town, except for Bronwyn and Rain, obviously, and Violet, and the Chief, and now you. Sorry, I'm a bit nervous.
Why are you nervous? Because you got something to hide?
Good old-fashioned fortune-telling. Well, kind of. We drew a card each and smushed them all together. Do you know what the most dangerous tarot card is?
Oh, well, we got the devil earlier, so let's see if it's us.
Nah, the devil's cool. The tarot one, I mean, not the actual one. I'm not a devil worshipper.
My goodness. So what is the most dangerous tarot card?
The Five of Swords. I think so anyway. There's nothing more dangerous than someone taking whatever they want, no matter the cost.
Mm-hmm. And you would know that, would you?
Yeah, I did. Rain got the Knight of Wands, that's Dorota, and Bronwyn got the Ten of Swords, which is, well, you know, swords in general are bad.
Great. Well, how well do you know Bronwyn?
She's like my big sister, so pretty well.
Do you think she killed Dorota? Or should we leave that one blank? I feel like she's going to close up if I accuse her of murdering.
You know the Chief's got it all wrong. Bron could never hurt anyone. But I'm sure a smart detective like you can help prove she's innocent.
I'm sure I can. I'll do my best, or that won't work on me. Oh, you want me to do that one? That won't work on me, miss.
Oh, that's mean. She didn't do it anyway. Chief DuPont's crazy.
What if you're crazy? Crazy? Why did you come to August?
The cards told us to. Well, the cards of Rain. Tarot gives us a rough direction and he narrows it down with some astrological jiggery pokery. He's basically a walking esoteric library. And if that sounds dull, let me reassure you, it is.
Oh, sassy. What, you do what other the cards tell you to? Like, kill people called Dorota, by any chance?
No. Well, yeah. Well, no. We have a job to do.
A job?
I didn't say job. I said job.
A chop. Okay, if you say so.
Yeah, it's a tarot thing you won't understand.
Of course it is. Well, I don't trust you, and I think you're a murderer. Leave. Right. I think I've spoke to everyone now, so I'm going to hail a cab. See if we can...
It's 6 o'clock and you're listening to Radio August. Police investigating the murder of Dorota Shaw are appealing to the community to help catch her killer. The body of 21-year-old Miss Shaw, an accomplished cellist, was found in her home last night. Police are describing the murder as a violent and despicable act. Monroe?
It's just terrible. Meanwhile, out of respect for the victim and her family, this weekend's Tulip Festival has been postponed. New dates will be announced shortly, so do stay tuned to Radio August for updates.
I heard Dorota Shaw was due to play this weekend.
At the Tulip Festival?
Indeed. I understand why they'd want to postpone it. Tonight the weather will be mostly dry and warm, but be on the lookout for dark clouds on the horizon, as there may be scattered showers. Let's take an umbrella, Monroe, so you don't get wet.
I like getting wet.
My goodness.
That's 6 o'clock with Poe and Monroe.
I like how much Slothbird is getting into this. Job? I mean chop. Subtitles don't lie! This is mint. I'm glad you're enjoying it. And also, David Slade, did you get to keep the watches that you wore in Tracy Beaker and the Dumping Ground? I did get to keep one of them. I've got a little blue one from my first ever series, and I've also got my first ever pair of shoes that I wore on the Tracy Beaker. But in the meantime, let's go to the next chapter and see what we can see. I think Oscar's in this chapter, and I'm kind of excited, so I'm going to scoot on. Visit Oscar. Alrighty, this is it. I'm kind of nervous in case, like, to see what everyone says. But yeah, this is the first time that you will ever see me in a video game. So I hope you all enjoy it and don't find it too cringy.
Who are you?
I'm Sam. The show's hired me to investigate the murder. Or I'm a shape-shifting detective. What should I put? All right, I really want you guys to choose these ones because I recorded it, so I kind of know the outcome of everything. But you guys haven't seen this before, so please, I'm just going to kind of talk to myself until I see somebody say, what shall I say? I'm a shape-shifting detective, or I'm Sam. The Shaws hired me to investigate the murder. What shall I say? In the meantime, you get to look at these glamorous shots of me looking very nervous because the detective is inquiring me. But yeah, what am I saying? What would you like me to say? The first comment that I see is the one that I'm going to go with. So, yeah. That's my ring that my grandma got me. I'm Sam. I'm Sam. The Shaws hired me to investigate the murder. Thank you, Slothbird.
Right, because the local police are so rubbish. It's been a day, a whole day. It's typical of them.
Okay. Did you see Dorota yesterday? What can you tell me about Dorota's parents? How long were you dating Dorota for? Or we can just leave. I think it'll be a good bit of coffee and this is sleep. A good bit of coffee? What? I'm sorry, Jack Burrows, I don't understand. Anyway, what am I saying now? Did you see Dorota yesterday? Or what can you tell me about Dorota's parents? Or how long were you dating Dorota for? In the meantime, you can just look at these shots of my boots. Or whatever comes up next. My neck. Did you see Dorota yesterday?
Yeah, I went round there in the afternoon. Her parents were at work, and we were, hanging out. I left at about 5.
Where were you at 9 p.m. last night? Precisely when Dorota was killed.
Playing football. It's just 5-a-side. Finished at about 9:30. I called her, but she never picked up.
Interesting. Okay, what can you tell me about Dorota's parents? Or how long were you dating Dorota for? Let's see. What can we find out? These camera shots are very interesting, Squint. They're supposed to be sort of like jarring just because, I don't know. The idea is that because you're being interrogated by a detective, even if you've done nothing wrong, you sort of feel a bit guilty anyway. Right, let's ask about the parents.
Not much. They always seemed happy to see me. I don't think they meant it. They wanted Dorota to focus on her music.
So, the parents didn't like you very much. Interesting. How long were you dating Dorota for?
Not long, a couple of months maybe. We did care for each other.
Okay. Any idea who would do this to her? Or was she seeing anyone else? Oh, I've actually forgotten the answers to both of these. So yeah, what do you think? Who would do this to her, or was she seeing anyone else? What do we think? In the meantime, let's have a look through some of these comments, because I'm sorry I've not been able to talk to you guys as much this episode, but I don't know why I'm saying episode, this live stream, but I wanted to show off the game. So, and because there's a lot of talking in the game, it's kind of hard to do both. Somebody said it's called 50 Shades of White. Is that because of all the stuff that we've been saying? Who would do this to her? Let's have a look. Any idea who would do this to her?
No one. She was really popular.
Is it possible the killer was hiding in Dorota's room?
What, you mean watching us? That's disturbing. No, it couldn't have been. The only place he could have hidden would be in the closet, and I suppose someone could have hidden in the closet.
Must be a big closet, or have you hidden in there before? I am going to point out at this point in time that this is definitely not a kid's game. So with that in mind, whatever my on-screen self says next, please just know that it is all fictional. So anyway, must be a big closet, or have you hidden in there before? What would you like me to say? And if you think this is weird, it gets weirder later on. I don't know if we're going to reach that point in this live stream, but whew. Lol, hi, La Morgan. Oof, girl cheating on you. She would not do that. Big closet. Must be a big closet.
Yeah, it's big enough for 2 people to have sex in. Not floors.
Dorota liked to experiment, did she?
She had a few kinks, nothing weird.
Kinks? Oh, God. Sorry. Oh, all these people who know me as the person off of Tracy Beaker. And now it's like, what? Okay, yeah, so, kinks.
Yeah, a band from the 60s. I'm not discussing this with you.
It's probably for the best, mate. What was in the closet?
Clothes, mainly. I did see something that freaked me out a bit. She had a wedding dress in there. She knew I'd seen it, but we never talked about it. Not even as a joke.
Interesting. So yeah, let's leave Oscar to his grieving. Damn, that closet was wild. Oh, David Slade is watching Tracy Beaker right now, going, "Oh my God, Johnny in the closet!" And no, we'll be able to look at a wardrobe the same again. All right, okay, let's visit the chief and see what he has to say about all this.
Any more news on Oscar Wainwright?
I've just spoken to Oscar.
Yeah, that's what he told me too. Not a suspect.
Okay, well that's good at least. Who is a suspect then?
Just the tarot readers. No one else is remotely suspicious compared to them.
Interesting. Oh, I'd add the boyfriend. Do we not trust him? Let's see what he says.
Oscar? Have you spoken to him yet? It's not him.
Could be. How do you know? All right. See you later, Chief. Okay. I'm never gonna look at my wardrobe the same again. 50 Shades of Joe. Damn. And has your mummy and daddy seen this? You know what? They haven't seen it yet, and I'm kind of nervous to show them. Please, I'm gonna have to put a disclaimer saying that this is all fictional. Okay, now, because I don't know what time we're on, it's 9 o'clock now. Damn, we've been going for an hour, right? I just want to shapeshift. This is the. I don't know if I want to. I don't know if they show this on the live stream. Courtney's shaking her head. Okay, right. I'll tell you what then. I'm gonna be a big pain. I am going to leave it there for now. That was the Shapeshifting Detective so far. But for now, I'm gonna leave it there, and I'm gonna be that guy and say that if you want to see more, you're gonna have to play the game. So yeah. I hope you like. I'm gonna mute that just so I can talk to you for now. But yeah. I've been so excited for this game to come out and to show you all about it, but I'm just so chuffed with how it's turned out. And yeah, I hope you all enjoyed it. And thank you for watching so far. If any of you do end up playing the game, please let me know on Twitter and let me know what you thought of it. And definitely go play the game because it's worth it and it is fun. And there is a bit that happens in this section which you could potentially do, which... I think it's funny, but Courtney doesn't like it. It's only fictional. And so anyway, if you want to find out what that is all about, then play the game for yourself, be Bronwyn, and talk to Oscar. That is all I'm going to say. And with that, I am going to leave you for now. We've been an hour long, this live stream. I hope you enjoyed it. And I seriously do hope that you go play the game because it is really fun. And I'm just really proud to have been a part of it. So thank you to Tim and Linda for having me on board with the project. And yeah, enjoy your week. Enjoy the game if you play it. And I shall see you all next time. Bye-bye.